Yesterday, I talked about this a little bit. Disney is setting Snow White star Rachel Zegler up to fail. They should be supporting her 100%, even though she can't stop making a fool of herself constantly. Listen, Rachel, that's Hollywood, baby. That's what you said. That's Hollywood, baby. They're just going to move away from you. And I don't think, unless somehow Snow White ends up making lots of money, she's done. I don't think you'll ever see her in a Disney movie again. You probably won't see her in any kind of big budget movie again. She's done. And she did it to herself. Listen, that's Hollywood, baby. That's Hollywood, baby.
Of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
But this is the big move now, trying to prop her up. I don't know why these outlets do this. Maybe these are the ones that aren't bankrolled by Disney or something. But they're, of course, going to stand up for Rachel Zegler. Now, what was really interesting is the confirmation that all of those insiders have been right so far. Rachel Zegler attends a event in Spain. She did Japan first, and now she's in Spain. And it was a really scaled-back premiere in Spain. There's barely anybody there. Did you hear about it? No, you didn't. You didn't hear anything about it. This happened yesterday. So she went out there, did a little red carpet, did a song, and then people wouldn't watch the movie. She was waiting on a wish. Waiting on a wish. The new song, because we can't sing about dreaming of our prince, can we? Because this is a Snow White that don't need no man. She don't need no man. By the way, there's no prince in this movie. He's like a rebellion resistance fighter leader or some shit. So they did do it differently, just as she said. Now, here's something that I thought was interesting. You got the son of the guy who was the animator of the original Bambi and the original Snow White. And he talked to Page 6 here and revealed a little bit about the movie. I don't know if he's seen it or what, but he had some interesting comments on it. It says, while the song Someday My Prince Will Come has long stood as a Disney classic, Zegler announced last summer at D23, the annual Disney Expo, that her Snow White is not going to be saved by the prince. She's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, which is totally different than the actual Snow White movie. This attitude has upset David Hale Hand, whose late father, Disney animator David Hand, was the supervising director for Bambi in the original Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Hand told Page 6 he won't be buying a ticket for the woke movie. The original was the way it should be. From what I've read, the new film bears no reflection to the original story, said Hand 93. It's so off base that it's ridiculous. In fact, he believes it's enough to make his father and Walt Disney roll in their graves. So he hasn't seen it, but he's made the same conclusions that we've had from watching trailers, listening to people in this movie talk about it. It's a whole new thing. This isn't a live-action remake. This is its own thing. They've taken it and moved it into the politics of what is woke. They're taking a beautiful and beautifully drawn story and destroying what was Snow White. Why can't they just leave it alone instead of coming up with a different story? Make it a totally different character. Hand's wife, Sandra Hand, added, David's father took so much pride in the film and would say, "What have you done?" I bet he would have. I bet he would have. But here's the big thing. Hollywood Reporter talked to some people in the industry and confirmed what we've kind of been suspecting is Disney just wants to get this over with. They just want to put it out there. They're not really dumping a lot of marketing into this movie. So with this movie, the difference between regular Hollywood movies, usually they'll dump a lot into marketing. That old tale, add a bunch for the marketing or whatever. This movie is going to have minimal marketing. I don't think they want to waste any more money on it. I think they just want to put it out and get it over with. And Hollywood Reporter is basically confirming that. So they talked to a bunch of people in the industry who are saying Disney's not doing the kind of shit that they usually do. So even before the LA premiere news, however, there was a sense that Disney was being a bit bashful about Snow White. One theater owner and a rival studio source says Disney's massive marketing machine has been uncharacteristically quiet until quite recently, noting advanced ticket sales didn't commence until Monday, less than 2 weeks before the film's release. Many of the studio's live-action family tentpoles in recent years have typically become available to book at least 1 month before the film opens, including last year's Christmas, Mufasa: The Lion King, and 2023's summer tentpole, The Little Mermaid. Snow White, however, is a spring title coming out during a particularly quiet year, meaning it has little competition of rival films for girls and older females. But I feel like they've turned those people off, especially the older females that probably grew up on watching this animated movie. That's the thing with this, is Zegler pissed off all the fans of the original. All of them are kind of mad about this movie. It's not just the culture war stuff that she did, which she totally inserted herself in. Like, she went out of her way to piss off Disney fans, Snow White fans, political fans, Trump supporters. She inserted herself into the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Like, she just doesn't stop. She's all over the place. And I think she's finally realizing, that's why she's been quiet. The fact that she's actually come out and retracted things, put an apology out there, walked back fans that are mad, saying it's just passionate. Disney's in her ear and telling her, look, you don't shut your mouth, you will never work again. I think she's scared. I think she's scared shitless right now that she is done. And she probably is. She probably is. I think that Y2K, I've noticed, remember the Y2K movie and how bad that performed? I think that knocked some sense into her. Because before that, I think she thought she was a big star and that anybody would line up. She even said something that was kind of in joking fashion, but still she said it. Talking about how people line up to see her. She deserves to be paid whenever she puts this dress on and shit. Like, she comes off as a shitty person, jumping on Gina Carano, trying to cancel her. People see her for who she is now. And I think she realizes, hey, maybe I went a little too far. But it's too late now. It's too late. They've been going through the motions on Snow White, all but saying we need to get this thing over with. An exhibition source tells THR. An advanced sales cycle of less than 2 weeks just screams, we have zero faith in this thing, and it couldn't come at a worse point when the industry is trying to limp along to May. Disney, of course, disputes this, saying that they always intended to hold back the film's big promotional push. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And they point out here, Gal Gadot's rounds with Good Morning America Live with Kelly and Mark and The Tonight Show were all safe. They do have a junket coming up with the director, but that will be controlled. They are playing it 100% safe. And then they go through a lot of the controversies that we've already talked about. Listen, this movie's in a lot of shit. Maybe to do well. You never know. The point that it is going to be a slow period when this movie comes out is true. So maybe it'll bounce back. I've seen things like that happen, but this movie has everything working against it. And it's funny. The marketing for this movie is light, despite some billboards in L.A. But that's in L.A. It's expected. The money doesn't come from just L.A. It comes from everywhere. I feel like them putting billboards up in L.A. is the norm, and it would be embarrassing if they didn't. I haven't seen any billboards around here. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. we'll see you on the next one. Peace.